Welcome to Empowering the Leaders of Tomorrow Today. I'm your host, Tessa Tubbs, and today we're diving into a topic that resonates deeply with many leaders, the desire for personal impact. Whether it's leading with purpose, making a difference in your community, or building a legacy that lasts long after you've moved on, today's conversation is about unlocking your potential to create lasting, meaningful change. As you listen today, I encourage you to reflect on your own leadership journey and consider, what kind of impact are you making now? And what kind of impact do you want to make in the future? Let's start with the concept of leadership and positive impact. What does it mean to lead in a way that leaves a mark? You see, leadership isn't about titles or control. It's also about how we influence those around us for the better. I remember a leader named Eliana. She was a mid-level manager who felt stuck in her role. She hit all her performance goals, but something was missing. She realized she wasn't making the impact she craved. So Eliana shifted her focus to mentoring younger colleagues, basically helping them navigate challenges she had faced earlier in her career. That simple change reinvigorated her leadership. And soon, her team didn't just hit their targets, they exceeded them. Why? Because her personal impact was felt through the lives of her mentees who grew into leaders themselves. Leadership, as Simon Sinek says, is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. Eliana's shift exemplifies that mindset. How can you, like Eliana, shift your focus to areas where your leadership can create a more profound impact? Eliana's story shows us how leadership can ripple outwards, but what happens when we forget to focus on impact? Let's contrast Eliana's experience with Kwame. Kwame is a leader in the tech industry. Early in his career, Kwame was laser focused on results, but he lost sight of the bigger picture. Though he delivered on numbers, it created a high pressure environment that left his team burnt out and disengaged. Eventually, Kwame's top performers left the company, and he realized that his lack of personal impact had cost him more than missed targets. By neglecting his team's well-being, he lost the very people he needed to succeed. It wasn't until Kwame embraced a leadership style focused on personal impact, basically caring for his team's growth and fostering a positive work culture, that he began to turn things around. Are there areas in your leadership where a lack of personal impact might be holding you back? Kwame's experience reminds us that leadership is more than just numbers. It's about leaving a legacy. And part of that legacy is the change we create beyond our immediate environment. Now let's talk about social responsibility. As leaders, our influence can extend beyond the workplace. We have the opportunity and the responsibility to contribute to the well-being of our communities. In the healthcare industry, for example, Mateo, a hospital executive in South America, he prioritized reducing healthcare inequalities in underserved areas. In the healthcare industry, for example, Mateo, a hospital executive in South America, prioritized reducing healthcare inequalities in underserved areas. By partnering with local organizations, he created health initiatives that didn't just improve patient outcomes, but transformed lives across the region. Mateo's leadership extended far beyond his role, making it a lasting positive impact on his community. What are some ways your leadership can extend beyond your company to create a positive social change? By focusing on social responsibility, leaders like Mateo remind us that leadership isn't confined to the office. It's about the broader change we can create. Now, let's think about how that desire to make a difference plays into the legacy we leave behind. In the corporate world, many leaders are so focused on immediate goals that they lose sight of the lasting impact they're leaving. But what do you want your legacy to be? Take Andre. He's a senior leader in a global consulting firm. And early in his career, Andre recognized that his real legacy wouldn't be measured by profit margins, but by the leaders he developed. He created internal leadership programs that focused on mentorship, diversity of thought, and personal growth. Years later, the leaders he nurtured are running departments, and the culture of mentorship Andre started has become a core value of the organization. Well, what about you? What legacy do you want to build, and what steps are you taking now to work toward it? Building a legacy doesn't happen by chance. It requires intentional actions, and that's where goal setting comes in. So let's talk about goal setting for personal impact. Achieving personal impact as a leader starts with setting ambitious goals that challenge you to think beyond the immediate deliverables. Here's a simple framework. Step 1. Identify the area where you want to make an impact. Step 2. Set a measurable goal around that impact. And step 3, create actionable steps to overcome obstacles. For example, leaders in the finance sector have shifted focus towards fostering inclusion in hiring practices. They set diversity targets, created accountability structures, and aligned them with broader organizational goals. But beyond diversity, think about the evolving world we live in. Many leaders are now prioritizing well-being and mental health initiatives. A tech leader named Renata made mental health a strategic priority within her team after seeing the toll that overwork and burnout were taking on employees. She implemented mental health days, brought in wellness experts, and created a culture of open communication. The results? Improved productivity and a happier, healthier workforce. Your goals for personal impact can range from diversity to well-being, but they should always align with making a lasting difference. As you pursue personal impact, you'll encounter roadblocks, whether that's fear of failure, external pressures, or even a lack of support. But remember, resilience is key. Leaders like Kwame and Renata overcame these challenges by adjusting their strategies, seeking out mentors, and staying focused on their long-term goals. Now, I want to challenge you. Set one impact-driven goal this week. Write it down and take the first step toward achieving it. Share your progress with me using the hashtag #ImpactDrivenLeader on LinkedIn, Instagram, or YouTube. Let's build a community of leaders dedicated to making a difference and inspire others to take action too. If you're facing challenges or need more resources, sign up for Leadership Insights at www.careertracks.com. Thank you for joining me on Empowering the Leaders of Tomorrow today. I'm Tessa Tubbs. Until next time, remember to stay inspired, stay empowered, and keep leading with purpose.